and welcome to Autocrat. This is episode 83, Aeneid, part 3, Echoes of the Dead.
Ooh.
Should really be an Halloween episode, shouldn't it?
It should. And hopefully I remember to actually put an echo effect on what you just said.
You will. We're going to be continuing our journey through book 5 and 6 today. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready. From what you told me, they're quite chunky books.
They were chunky books, but I think I've managed to summarize them quite well. So there might not be all the informations, but there's going to be loads.
I mean, that is the point of a summary, I guess.
So just follow along and try to figure out what's going on.
Alright, I'm ready.
So let's start with book 5. As the Trojan fleet sails away from Carthage, Aeneas looks back and sees flames consuming the city. He does not know at this point in time that the fire comes from Dido's funeral pyre. But a kind of unease grips him.
Yeah, I'm just imagining him looking back going, I can't help but feel a little bit responsible for this somehow.
I mean, he fears that the woman he once loved, aware that passion denied can drive the heart to desperate acts, well, did something bad.
Yeah. What gave it away? Her screaming, "You did this to me, Aeneas."
But his thoughts are soon overtaken by the sea itself because there's lots of storm clouds gathering and violent winds threatening to scatter the fleet.
Okay, I'm glad you said it's storm because I just imagine him going, oh look, water.
I mean, maybe he's looking at fishes as well, who knows?
That's probably because a giant tuna slapped him in the face after being thrown up by the storm. That will distract you. I've seen tuna. They're big. It will distract you.
Now, trusting the counsel of his loyal pilot Palinurus, Aeneas steers away from Italy and seeks refuge once more on the shores of Sicily.
Okay.
So he doesn't quite make it to Italy yet.
Again.
Yeah, again. He's at the port of Eryx, where his kinsman and his friend Anchises rules.
Okay, I am now imagining a city where everyone, including the women, are called Eric.
Sure. And I said Eryx.
Well, it's the town of the Erics.
Yeah.
So he lands. Okay, can we speak to your map maker, please? Oh, that'll be Eric. All right, thanks. What's your name? Eric. No, I said the map maker, and then, insert a sketch here about that.
Anchises welcomes the Trojans very warmly, and Aeneas realizes that actually it's been 1 year only since my dad died. Which,
okay.
Remember last episode I was telling you the timeline in this book is massive.
Yep.
Well, there's another example. It's a year anniversary since the death of his dad. It feels like we've been gone 5 days.
Yeah. I mean, I know that these things can be brought on by anything, but I am imagining that midway through the speech, what's his name? Acestes just said, "Welcome on this day, the 14th of October. Does that mean anything to you?" And then stared meaningfully at Aeneas for about 5 seconds.
It's declared that they will honor Anchises with 8 days of sacrifices and a 9th day of funeral games.
That's very generous on this random guy's part.
Well, that's his friend. It's mate.
His mate? His chum? Even so, that's expensive.
Somehow they go to Anchises' tomb in Drepanum, where Aeneas pours libations and offers prayers.
Yep, and unlike Orestes, doesn't start a multi-generational family feud when he does so.
Well, no, but as he does so, actually, a great serpent emerges from the shrine, gliding among the altars and wreath.
Right.
But although the sudden appearance of this gigantic serpent is unsettling, it seems harmless, and the Trojans interpret it as a sacred sign of Anchises' presence.
I mean, in ecology, they do teach you if a snake appears, it is a signal that your dead father or your dead ancestors are among you. That's just ecology 101.
Now, the funeral games.
Yes.
They're long and very described.
Okay,
so
excellent.
I went ahead and described them anyway.
Okay.
Because they're fun and there's lots going on. You're gonna like it.
Fair enough.
So they begin with a grand rowing contest.
What is this, Oxford?
Apparently.
Okay, rowing.
4 ships, each commanded by one of Aeneas' captain, line up along the coast. Gias at first surges ahead in his mighty chimera, but his helmsman steers too wide at the turning point and the ship falls behind.
Yeah.
Furious, he hurls his helmsman overboard in a fit of rage.
That's just rude.
Now, Sergestus, during that time, gains the lead, but then he crashes his vessel onto the rocks, crippling his chances. The race narrows to Menestheus and Cloanthus, who drive their crews with desperate cries. At the last moment, Cloanthus calls upon Neptune, and the god grants him victory by propelling his ship forward on a divine swell. Yes, this just sounded way too hyper for whatever this was.
No, it's fine. Why is Neptune getting involved with incredibly minor things?
This is fun.
I mean, yeah, it is, but I don't understand why Storm Management Limited is now looking up and taking... Maybe he had a bet on. He'd bet 10 seashells that Cloanthus was going to win.
Well, Aeneas, because he's very generous, he rewards all the competitors, even Sergestus, once he managed to free his battleship.
I imagine his reward just consisted of medical supplies if he's bashed his boat onto the rocks.
I'm wondering what GS reward, considering he basically sent his men overboard to potentially die.
Not all of them, though. Just one. So that's fine. That's within the limit. He's no Achilles.
Now, the second game is a foot race.
Oh, right, yes.
Young Nisus, swiftest of the runners, lead the pack until he slips on a sacrificial blood spilled on the ground.
What? Why are they hosting this race with altars in the way? That's just bad planning.
Well, you know, that's just how it goes.
Sicily is big enough that you can host the race slightly to the left.
In a desperate bid to help his beloved companion, he trips another runner, clearing the way for Aurelius to say his victory.
Right, so if I understand that right, he knows he's not going to win, but he wants his companion Euryalus to take the victory, so he just clearly sabotages the race.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Aeneas, in his, grandeur and being nice, and just because he can't not be nice...
Okay.
Well, he honors both the loyalty and effort and distributes prize to everyone, even though the outcome is clearly tainted.
Right. Did we need all these games, or couldn't Aeneas just have given everyone a present and achieved much the same outcome?
No, and there is more.
Oh, there's more.
Right. There's a boxing match that follows.
I mean, they did that in the Iliad and the Post-Homerica, I think. It would be rude to not do it now.
Darius, a Trojan renowned for his strength, steps forward and challenges any opponent that will dare come.
Nice. Now, I think this is the same Dares who's actually one of our quote-unquote primary sources on the Trojan War. If it is him, he clearly took time out from scribbling, looking very meek as he did so, and suddenly turning round, muscles exploding everywhere. Fight me! Taking out all that pent-up energy he couldn't get out through his quill.
I mean, at first no one dares face him.
Well, yeah, this was in the middle of lunch, Dares. Sit down.
Until Acestus persuades Entellus, an aging Sicilian champion, to enter the ring.
They got an old man to get beaten up by a writer.
Wow. Listen to this.
Okay.
The fight begins with Darius darting nimbly, while Entellus, slower but more powerful, struggles to land a blow. When Entellus stumbles and falls, the crowd gasps, but he rises with renewed fury, raining down such heavy strikes that Aeneas intervenes to stop the fight.
Okay.
But to prove his strength, because he needs to, Entellus slays the prized bull with a single crushing blow, declaring that the beast's death stands in place of Darius's.
What was any of that?
Basically...
We got an old man into the ring who was Sicilian, you said, right?
Yeah.
So he has no stake in any of this. They just got a random old man off the street, had him beat up a writer, and then they killed the bull that was the prize.
Well, the Sicilian did, because clearly he couldn't fully win against Darius, but he clearly wanted to say that he could have.
I just don't want to.
So he kills the bull and says, the bull's dead, that could have been Darius.
Yeah, the sword with which I was going to kill Darius goes to a different school. You wouldn't know them.
The next contest,
Yep.
knowing that we just saw with a single crush bow, it's archery!
Yay!
Eurytion wins that one, actually,
Okay.
by striking a dove released into the sky. But Anchises astonishes them all when his arrow bursts into flame mid-flight and vanishes into the heavens, a portent of divine favour.
People are just cheating in this contest.
Finally, Ascanius and the Ascanius being, Aeneas' son.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
And the Trojan youth perform a dazzling cavalry display, waving in and out in mock battle, a ritual that will echo in the martial traditions in Rome.
Okay. So we're seeing a prequel, basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
But now, there need to be something going on.
Yeah.
Like, it can't just be all fun and game.
I mean, it's not fun for the bull.
Who cares about the bull?
I do.
Because right now, joy turns into crisis because Juno, who is still in her own hatred,
Yep.
sends Iris to stir up the Trojan woman.
Alright.
Disguised as one of them, Iris preys upon their weariness and longing for rest, urging them to abandon the endless voyage and settle in Sicily. Inflamed, the woman seizes torch and sets fire to the ships. Smoke and flame rise, and the men rush from the games to save the fleet. Despite their effort, the fire rages until Aeneas prays to Jupiter, who answers with a sand and downpour that quenches the flames. Even so, 4 ships are lost.
Dinner's gonna be awkward in Jupiter's family. They're all sat around the table and Juno says, "So, how was your day, dear, of ruining my plans and standing in the way of everything I do?" Yeah, it was alright.
Shaken by what he considers an omen, Aeneas wavers. Perhaps it would be better to remain in Sicily to abandon the Pyrrhus quest for Italy.
Has anyone told him Italy is 20 kilometers that way?
No.
Okay.
But Nautis, a wiser elder, consoles him to leave behind those too weary or frail to continue, entrusting them to Anchises' care.
Okay.
And that same night, Anchises appears to Aeneas in a dream, urging him to follow Nautis' advice and foretelling that Aeneas must descend into the underworld to learn the full measure of his destiny.
I've just realised, all these people get loads of signs in dreams, right? I can't remember most of my dreams the next morning. Are we sure that any of these are accurate? Aeneas just wakes up, something about the underworld. I think my dad was there. But he was also a tree. It was weird.
Now, with Ancestors' blessing, land is divided for those who will remain and a new Trojan settlement is founded.
Okay, we have colonised the house of a random guy who invited us in and gave us food. Nice.
After 9 days of feasting and sacrifice, the fleet is repaired and the rest of the Trojans set sail once more. Venus, ever anxious for her son, pleads with Neptune to grant them safe passage. For once, please don't bring up storms, please make it safe.
Well, fortunately for you, madam, I have checked my storm quotas for the coming quarter, and we appear to be at 100.1%, so I cannot authorise any new storms in this sector.
You're right, he
Oh.
agrees.
Nice.
But he demands 1 life in exchange.
Well, yeah, obviously, he probably turned around and said, "Excuse me." However, I think you'll find there is a consultancy fee when it comes to this meeting.
So that same night, Somnus, the god of sleep, descends upon Palinurus. You remember? The trusted
Yes.
pilot of the ship?
Yes, the guy we liked.
The guy that we mentioned once, and like Chekhov's gun, we need to mention him again.
Oh boy, I hope nothing bad happens to him.
Well, we lull him into a slumber at the helm. He falls into the waves, lost to the sea. Like the sacrifice Neptune wanted.
What? That's so unexpected and unforeseen, and also I didn't see that coming.
Aeneas, discovering the ship adrift, takes the rudder himself, mourning the faithful pilot who guiding them for so long. And thus Book 5 closes. The Trojan, chastened by loss yet preserved by divine will, draw near to the shore of Italy.
Nice. Well, that was a lot.
Yeah. Well, this was Book 5, as I said, but we're gonna get to Book 6 now.
Well, actually, no, we're not.
Oh, we're not?
Because I discovered, hidden deep within the vaults of Broadcasting Tower, a recording which I need to play to all of you now. So we're not going to do that. Wait a minute.
Alright.
This is a promo from, and I know I am not pronouncing this correctly, the History of Saqartvelo Georgia. It's a podcast going through, as the name might suggest, the history of Georgia. However, I will say this in advance. It is not the US state, it is the republic in the Caucasus, or rather the modern-day republic. So here is that promo, and please enjoy.
Gamarjoba, my name is Roberto, and I am the host of the History of Saqartvelo Georgia. No, I'm not talking about the great peach state that's found in the USA, but a place much more amazing than that. Georgia, or Saqartvelo in the Georgian language, is the birthplace of wine. It's the second Christian kingdom in the world. It's the land of fantastic food, nearly superhuman dancers and musicians, and perhaps most importantly, a people that have preserved their culture, pride, and independence after centuries of one conquest after another. Empires rise and fall, but Saqartvelo always seems to survive in the end. Let us celebrate this beautiful land by coming with me on this journey from prehistory right to the present day, right here at the History of Saqartvelo Georgia. You can find us on our website, historyofsaqartvelo.com, or on social media as @history_Georgia. Saqartvelo is spelled Saqartvelo. Now, back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
And our thanks to Roberto for giving us that clip. So now we can go on to book 6.
Alright, thank you very much, broadcasting person.
You're welcome.
Welcome back, Vince, to book 6.
Ah, yes. Who was that guy?
Who knows? Book 6 is basically Aeneas' journey to the underworld.
So he dies.
No, it does not.
What?
And just before I go into book 6 properly, I just want to say a little thing because I did a bit of research because it sounded interesting.
Right.
So, his journey to the underworld in book 6 is one of the most famous passages in the Aeneid.
Okay.
Right? It's one of the most famous thing.
Sure.
And this passage, it actually helped Virgil gain the status of a Christian prophet in the Middle Ages, like in the 14th century.
I have one question. What?
Yes, even though clearly Christianity wasn't the thing yet.
I mean, depending when exactly this was written, I can't remember. It might have... Actually, no, it wouldn't have been yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind what I just said.
And in the 14th century, the Italian poet Dante used it as the foundation for his journey through hell in Inferno. And even though, like I just said, Virgil's version of the afterlife is obviously not Christian,
Yep.
while Dante's one is.
Okay.
But Dante really looked into it, and you can see the similarities. Like, for example, he designs hell with many sections and with more severe punishments to those with greater sins.
Okay.
And he uses a lot of imagination to invent penalties for sinners.
Yeah.
And you can see in the Inferno, which I've read a bit of passages to that the thing was telling me, that it really is, like you can see Dante was really inspired by this passage, and Virgil is kind of still known as a Christian prophet just for that little passage.
Okay, that's random.
Yeah, it is pretty random.
You know what we should definitely do? We should do some episodes on the Divine Comedy.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be interesting.
Could be.
Let us know what you think of that. Anyway, on to book 6 proper then.
Yes, on to book 6 this time.
On to death, but also not death.
Yeah. Still grieving the loss of his faithful pilot Palinurus, Aeneas leads the Trojan fleet to the shore of Italy. The anchor of Cumae, near modern day Naples,
Yep.
where Aeneas follows his father's instruction and makes his way to the great temple of Apollo. There, the Sibyl of Cumae, Deiphobe, meets him. She commands him to make his request, and Aeneas prays to Apollo for guidance and for the chance to establish a new homeland in Latium.
Nice.
The Sibyl, seized by Apollo's prophetic power, warns him of what lies ahead. Wars as fierce as those at Troy, an enemy to revile Achilles, and Juno's relentless opposition. Yet another prophecy! Aeneas, undaunted, accepts the trials to come, like, yeah. But he also begs the Sibyl to help him descend into the underworld so that he might see his father in cases once more. He's like, yeah, about what's gonna happen, but he's like, but I want to see my dad, though.
Everyone else around him probably thinking, sorry, what was that last part? And also, what was that first part?
The Sibyl agrees, but she sets conditions.
Oh.
To enter the realm of the dead and, actually return from it,
Yeah.
Aeneas must first obtain a golden bow from a sacred tree in the nearby forest.
This is definitely a video game side quest.
This bow, a gift to Prosperina, will serve as his token of safe passage. Proserpina.
Now.
As in the queen of the underworld.
Yes.
I believe.
Or in other words, Persephone, as we've been calling her for the past however many episodes.
In addition, because that's not all.
Oh good, it's not done.
He must bury a fallen comrade whose body lies unburied.
Right.
Why? I don't know. Probably because we're going to the underworld.
I wonder if this is a situation a bit like we discussed in the Odyssey, where someone in his crew died and Aeneas is just completely unaware that they're dead.
Yes, basically.
Oh, it
because
is?
He returns to the shore and he discovers that the dead man is Mycenaeus. He is trumpeter, drawn by Triton after rashly challenging the sea god to a contest.
Oh no, Ovid is definitely going to sue Virgil for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
I can already hear the cease and desist letter being typed up.
Well, anyway.
Yes.
The Trojans prepare a funeral pyre, felling pines for the rites. As Aeneas works, 2 doves appear, messengers of his mother Venus. He follows them through the forest until they alight upon the sacred tree. There the golden bow gleams amongst the leaves, and when Aeneas plucks it, it yields easily, a sign that fate permits his journey.
Okay, well that's side quest over.
With what I'm going to call now a leaf in his hand, and Mycenaeus duly buried, he returns to the Sibyl.
Yep.
Together they approach the cavernous entrance to the underworld, because that's just conveniently right there.
Well yeah, it was when Heracles did it as well. Sorry, Hercules.
When they get there, Aeneas makes sacrifices to the gods of darkness. They descend into a realm of shadows, monsters, and dread. At the river Acheron, they encounter...
I have no idea. Is it Anchises?
Charon.
Oh.
At the river Acheron, they encounter Charon.
Well, that was to be expected. I was imagining human spectres.
The ancient ferryman.
Yes.
The banks are crowded with souls, some clamouring for passage, others bared because their bodies remain unburied. Among them, Aeneas sees Palinurus, who pleads for release. The Sibyl consoles him, prophesying that he will be honoured with a tomb and a cape bearing his name. Yet another prophecy!
Do you reckon Aeneas just turns around and goes, he will? Sybil saying, yeah, with loads of honours and tons of gold, and Aeneas going, might be a bit expensive. Please stop ratcheting that up, please. And diamonds! And please stop talking now.
At first, Charon refuses to ferry a living man. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
But when the Sibyl shows him the golden leaf, he relents. They cross the river, and Aeneas beholds the vast multitudes of the dead, infants, the falsely condemned, suicide, and those who perished for love. In the fields of mourning, he encounters Dido.
Okay.
So, you know.
That's awkward. That's the first time he knows she's dead.
Yep. Stricken with sorrow, he tries to explain that he left Carthage unwillingly, compelled by fate.
It's not me, it's fate. I think we should see other destinies.
But Dido turns from him and stays silent, retreating to the side of her first husband, Sichaeus.
Ghosted. Quite literally, actually.
Aeneas whips.
And yes, I will definitely be adding the drum sound effect into that joke if I can find it.
Alright.
Anyway.
Aeneas whips. But he presses on, because he doesn't have time for this.
Yeah.
In the fields of heroes, he meets the shade of Trojan and Greek warriors. His former companions greet him warmly, while his old enemies shrink away. Among them, he finds Deiphobus, son of Priam.
Oh, yeah.
One.
Yeah. I think we did.
Or a previous one.
I think we did mention him among the tally. Also, why are his enemies shrinking away from him? The only thing Aeneas did was either run away or get kidnapped. He's not that impressive.
Deiphobus is hideously mutilated because he had been betrayed by Helen and slain by Menelaus and Ulysses.
I don't remember that.
Oh well, it says it.
I'm having a memory blank, probably.
Or we might be just learning about this now.
Yeah, I mean, there are probably people who are binge listening to this, screaming it at us. Hi, binge listeners, by the way.
After recounting his fate, Deiphobus points out the 2 paths ahead. To the left, Tartarus, the fortress of eternal punishment. To the right, Elysium, the realm of the blessed.
And where's the snack machine?
On Earth, in your office.
No snack machine. Aeneas cries a bit.
Aeneas glimpsed Tartarus from afar, a vast prison where the Titans are chained and where mortal sinners, like traitors, adulterers, and impious, endure endless torments under the judgment of Radamanthus. I'm amazed I said that in one go.
Yes, I will also be amazed if you remember who that is.
I don't. Who is it?
It is a son of Zeus, obviously. Sorry, Jupiter. And the brother of King Minos.
Oh.
I think.
The Sibyl urges him onward, and they turn toward Elysium. At its gate, Aeneas lays down the golden leaf as an offering, and they enter the blessed groves. Here, in meadows of light and peace, dwell the souls of the virtuous.
Nice.
You can see how Dante took inspiration from this now.
Yeah, there's parallels, definitely. But there's no purgatory. Maybe that's the lack of a snack machine.
Stop with the snack machine.
Aeneas is hungry. He's been going for a while now.
Guided by the poet Musaeus, Aeneas finds Anchises deep within a green valley. Father and son embrace with tears and joy. Anchises explains the mysteries of the afterlife. Souls drink from the river Lesse to forget their past life before being reborn into new bodies.
Wait, reincarnation exists in Greek mythology?
Apparently.
Sorry, Roman mythology?
Apparently.
Whoa.
He then reveals to Aeneas a pageant of Rome's future.
Alright.
Yet another prophecy.
So we're having a parade.
A what?
A parade. A pageant is like a parade.
Oh, sure. And we actually meet some of those souls, like, genuinely in the book.
Okay.
Which is really derpy because some of them aren't even born yet. Anyway.
Right.
Silvius, Aeneas' son by Lavinia.
Who?
Who knows?
Okay, we haven't met him yet. No. Good, I didn't lose track of a son. It's not like Priam's kid.
We're looking toward the future.
Good, I was just
Instead of having a flashback, we're having a future back.
I was just worried it might be like a son of Priam situation where you could very easily lose count on any given Tuesday.
So, we see Silvius, Aeneas' son with Lavinia, is probably like, who? Romulus, destined to found Rome.
Spoiler alert.
The long line of kings and heroes, the Julian family culminating in Julius Caesar and Augustus.
Whoa!
Son of the defied who will bring a golden age of peace.
Okay.
In quote.
Right.
But yet the vision ended in sorrow, as Anchises points to young Marcellus, Augustus' heir, whose life is not gonna be fun.
Okay. I mean, we'll get to that eventually. I don't think Aeneas is that invested. Oh no, the nephew of this guy who's like born 1,000 years in the future is dead. How tragic.
Yeah.
This is definitely
At 19 years old though.
Yeah, that is quite sad. But this is definitely the equivalent of the dad showing off his holiday photos.
Also, how does Anchises know all of that? Why are all those souls there at the minute? Why do they get all paraded around his head?
I have a theory. Reincarnation exists. We've established that. So these souls are clearly the souls of people who have died in the past and are now, like, growing or whatever in the underworld, ready to emerge as these new people.
Probably.
That's not based on anything in mythology. I'm just speculating on this now.
At last, Anchises escorts Aeneas and the Sibyl to the Gate of Sleep. Two stand before them. There's two gates. One of horns through which true shades pass, and one of ivory through which false dreams emerge. Through the ivory gate, they return to the world of living. Aeneas rejoins his companions, and the Trojans set sail once more along the coast of Italy, carrying with them the weight of prophecy and destiny.
Okay.
And also a lot of stuff that are going to happen in the future, like, spoiler alert.
Yeah. So that's book 6, is it?
Yeah, that's book 6 done.
Alright. That was very random. Well, I guess that brings us to the end of today's episode. I have no idea what kind of space crazy stuff books 7 and 8 of the Aeneid are going to bring us, but I guess I'll find out.
You will.
So until then, thank you all for listening. Thanks again to Roberto for collaborating with us, and have a great week, everyone.
Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.